Beautiful blue skies over the FM area. As we close out our work week on a chilly note, it does look like we will continue to be quite cool, but our wind speed's starting to taper down now, under 10 miles per hour in Fargo. Feels like 6, but your thermometer on the car will say 17 degrees. It's a little warmer down to the south, 20s there to mid-20s in Sisseton. Those mid-20s return when we get out to the east in Wadena and Bemidji, not bad as well as Jamestown. The rest of us in the teens for our evening, and here's a look at those wind chill values, close to zero for many of us in the western reaches of Minnesota. Our wind speeds for most of us are tapering off significantly over what we've endured the last day and a half. Just brutal feeling air out there, and our direction of the wind still from the north, but we're going to see a change. In fact, that change is taking place out in the western Dakotas. Wind now becoming southerly, and that means a warming trend. But with warmer air, oftentimes we get a punch of clouds and unsettled weather. More on that in a second. Very unsettled weather through the Ohio, Mississippi River valleys as we look down into the southern plains and Gulf Coast states. For us, your Friday night looks very quiet, clear, and cold once again. Single-digit readings above and below zero. As we go through the overnight hours, the best chance for those sub-zero morning temperatures will be north-central Minnesota as clouds begin building in, and so do the south winds out here to the west. So a chilly start to our weekend, but watch temperatures climb through the midday hour. It's not going to feel fabulously warm out there on your Saturday midday, thanks to the fact that we'll have 15 to 25 mile per hour winds from the south and southwest and a fair amount of clouds. It'll be a little on the wind chilly side. There'll be some sun, although filtered in much of western and northern Minnesota. Take a look at that blue out there. The future radar shows that we'll have a batch of snow as warm air runs into the top of this cool air. That air's lifted and snowflakes are wrung out of the atmosphere. I don't anticipate a lot of snow at all, under an inch for most locations, but a few slippery spots could make their way into the region. So this is the warm surge of air behind it. That's where the warmth is, 35 to 40 there. Elsewhere, we'll be on the rise with temperatures that will work their way into the 30s for many of us. We start out with skinny temperatures near zero, warming all the way to 30 degrees. Fargo's afternoon, we'll see increasing clouds. But again, I want to caution you, it's going to feel a little wind chilly out there as we close out the day because those south-southeast winds will be blowing about 25 miles per hour. Your hometown forecast shows 20s to near 30 for many of us here in the central part of the Dakotas and northwest Minnesota. Best chance at 35 to 40 in the far south, and watch for those afternoon flakes here and there. What an absolutely stunning photo. This one shared by Jennifer Johnson. Thanks so much. Look, we have a little bit of everything. We have ice, we have bare earth, and just an absolutely gorgeous close to the day in Milner there. Your Sunday forecast, still looking warm, 35 to 40 in southeast North Dakota. It will be cooler up north where you do have the new, fresh snow on the ground. We're going to leap into the 40s as we begin our work week next week, Monday and Tuesday. And there'll be a chance for some mixed precipitation again as we go through midweek. And that, Andrea, will cool us off just a pinch as we go through midweek. But we do warm up again late next week, and next weekend looking like a real fine time indeed.
All right. Thank you, Hutch. And if you follow us on Facebook, you may have seen this mug.
Yeah, I recognize that guy. Yeah.
Starting next week, Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson will have a daily class on weather topics. It's online and it's free for kids who are at home. The topics are listed right there on the graphic. Includes, wind, types of clouds, what they mean.
That's right.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, I talk about weather all the time. I'm really looking forward to doing it. I've taught weather for over 20 years as well. So we're going to have a little bit of fun while we're, sitting at home and trying to keep the learning curve going in the right direction, Andrea.
Sounds good to me. All the kids will love it. Thanks, Hutch.